This is a reading from my book, Definitely Maybe. Enjoy. When Faroese people talk about their cuisine, they always get a certain suspicious look. A knowing but secretive smile comes to their faces, while the room around you gets dim. Their eyes light up and they look at you with their heads tilted at a certain angle and their eyebrows lower to form a grim expression, as if to imply the grave importance of the subject. Then they lean over in a way that suggests that they're either going to convey a secret, confess a mortal sin, or tell you a joke so funny that it needs to be kept out of earshot of God-fearing Christians and people under the age of 16. As they speak, they smack their lips in a strange way. It's hard to tell if they're imagining that they're eating the dish that they're speaking of, or simply imagining eating you. Then they reel off a list of dishes that, rather than enlightening the ignorant, sounds more like an incomprehensible distress signal. Finally, they add, almost menacingly, but not credibly, "You really should try it." To be fair, we Icelanders are exactly the same when it comes to imposing our revolting fermented shark on gullible and meek tourists. I shudder with something resembling shame when I think of it, and in this sudden and rare moment of national self-reflection, I'm compelled to confer some gentle forward advice to the readers of this book. If you're listening to this, then mark my words when I say, never trust an Icelander who offers fermented shark and shakes a bottle of brennivin at you. You're being had. You're being played for the fool. Generations of Icelanders were forced to survive on crap, and they hate everyone who didn't. And the shark thing is just a part of an age-old passive-aggressive payback. Consider this a free pass and yourself lucky. It is not true that kjøt was invented in order to make every other dish in the world seem delicious in comparison, but I would not blame anyone either who assumes as much. And if mutton happens to be your favorite meat, then a generous helping of the Faroese kjøt can surely convince you to think otherwise. Kjøt is basically lamb shanks that are allowed to hang for anything from 5 to 12 months in a wind-ventilated drying shed known as tjallur. In the meantime, the meat goes through a series of rotting and drying stages, changing in smell and degrees to which it triggers your gag reflex. For the more impatient mutton lovers and the less weak of heart, there's also kjøt, which unlike kjøt, only takes about 2 months to get ready. Just long enough for the fermentation process to render the meat suitable for eating, but far from being edible. For those who prefer a more marine-oriented diet, the traditional Faroese cuisine offers exciting variations on the dish known as ræstur fiskur. These are usually bundles of cod, haddock, withing or saithe that are left to ferment and dry in a similar fashion as kjøt, inside of a drying shed or hanging from the eaves of your socially awkward cousin's boathouse. After just a mere 3 weeks of fermentation, these fruits of the ocean are ready to be harvested and put in a pot of boiling water for about 20 minutes. To heighten the eating experience, the fish then often gets served together with the oleaginous condiment garnatalk. Garnatalk. Ah. Garnatalk. Which is simply lumps of intestinal fat from sheep, which have been air-dried and fermented according to traditional protocol and melted to gastronomical perfection. But let's say you're looking for a real challenge and have a generous premium on your health insurance. Grind og spik is definitely what you should go for. This is salted, dried, hung, or in any other possible way misapplied whale meat, served with pure flabby whale blubber. A dish so oily and tempting to the gluttonous that a 7th deadly sin had to be added to the list. In short, the Faroese have developed a perfect and genius way to keep anyone from stealing their food.